Thank you very much. So laba diena.
Laba diena.
Good day. Knights of Lithuania, brothers and sisters. Before I tell you the work of the Baltic American Freedom League, let me share you why this is deeply personal to me. My great-grandfather was Mykolas Biržiška. He was one of the signatory of the Lithuanian Declaration of Independence in 1918. He was a scholar, a statesman, and a voice for our nation when our nation had no voice. He taught us that freedom is built through education, unity, and courage. My grandfather, Tony Mažeika, led the New York campaign to raise money for the propeller for the Lithuania in New York, the airplane that was flown by daughters and Girianas in their heroic transatlantic flight. And my father, Tony Mažeika, is a giant in the Baltic American community for freedom. In 1965, he led the March to the United Nations in New York, rallying for the freedom of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, at a time where few were listening at the moment. He was the founder and the first president of Baltic American Freedom League. And on April 11, 1990, just a month after Lithuania declared the restoration of independence, he had a private meeting with President George H.W. Bush in the White House, advocating for full U.S. recognition of Lithuania's right to be free. He stood at the highest levels of power to say, the Baltics are not lost, the Baltics are free people, and America must stand with them. I stand here because they stood up then. And now, it's all our turn. So, who's Baltic American Freedom League? The Baltic American Freedom League, or BAFL for short, was formed in 1981 when Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia were still hostage by the Soviet Union. Our mission was to amplify the voice of Baltic Americans to educate the American public and to push our government to take action. We organized protests, we lobbied Congress, we hosted educational campaigns across the country. We stood vigil outside consulates and embassies. And when the wall fell and the tricolor flags rose again, we celebrated. But we did not quit. Today, the threats to democracy have shifted, but they have not disappeared. The Kremlin that deported our families and tried to erase our culture is the same regime now waging a genocidal war against Ukraine, threatening NATO allies, including Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. They are deporting children, bombing churches, spreading disinformation, and undermining free nations from the inside out. Different colors, same barbarian tactics. We cannot stay silent. So what's BAFL doing today? We are broadcasting live congressional hearings like the recent Helsinki Commission on Russia's shadow war on NATO on our YouTube channel. We are advocating directly with lawmakers, ensuring the United States stands strong behind Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, and Ukraine. Hosting live streams, commemorations, and educational events including Black Ribbon Day, the Baltic Way 35th anniversary, and more. In our live stream last year, we actually had Vytautas Landsbergis join us on the live stream. So it was very well received watching it live from the different time zones of all of our guests on the moment. BAFL is also training the next generation to carry on this work through social media like YouTube, civic action, and storytelling. But this fight needs more than policy. It needs people. It needs you. So what can you do? Knights of Lithuania, our history calls us to action. Join us. Subscribe to our Baltic American Freedom League YouTube channel at Baltcast. Sign up for email updates. Participate in our live streams on YouTube. Help spread our message. Every share, like, and comment on our YouTube, by the way, the Google algorithm spreads it to more people, the more engagement that you're on there. 2, raise your voice. Tell your elected officials that you care about NATO, about Baltic security, and about supporting democracy abroad. We have on our website a call to action section that you can directly send a message to your congressman electronically in a pre-populated message. So you don't have to think about the message. You can add, in addition to it, we have it sent right away to your members. And by the way, all congressional staff, they count all the emails, phone calls, and letters in the mail. And don't think that your voice is alone on this. Because when our advisor comes into these offices, they said, oh yeah, we actually had somebody from your district reach out to us. So we set up a meeting, and then we put our efforts in a lot of times growing the Baltic caucus, which, by the way, the Baltic caucus is growing in Congress. 3, educate your children and grandchildren. Tell them the stories of our suffering and our strength so that they know what it means to be Lithuanian. Have them follow BAFL social media for educational content. 4, honor your family by continuing their fight. We cannot choose the times we live in, but we can choose to meet the moment. Friends, freedom is never free. It must be earned, defended, and fought for. We stand on the shoulders of partisans, survivors, dissidents, and dreamers. If they could stand through Siberia, through occupation, through exile, we can stand now. If we do nothing, we surrender their legacy. But if we act, if we stand together, we defend not only our homeland, but our very civilization. Defend civilization and barbarianism. Ačiū. May God bless Lithuania. May God bless the United States of America. And may God give us strength to stand for what is right. Thank you. Yes.